What is up, guys? It's your boy Blackrue back with another video. Today, we're going to talk about why America sold Bitcoin and Elon hinting at a Twitter Doge Union. Before I get started, let's cue Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was Blackrue investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our Blackrue investing. Best believe I was Blackrue investing. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue investing. Best believe I was Blackrue investing.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Blackrue back again. Let's go ahead and get the video up here so we can share. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. You can find me here at darkhorsewatcher.com. I don't know why it did that to my view here. Now I got to change it. Oh, that's terrible. Here, let me change this right quick, y'all. I don't know why I did that. Let me see. Virtual background. Okay, that was weird. All right. There we are. That was weird. Sorry about that. Okay, and then let's share screen here. Okay, so America sells Bitcoin and Elon hits at a Twitter Doge reunion. Okay. Let's start with the easy stuff. The Twitter Doge reunion that Elon hinted at. Basically, this has been out here for a while, but what happened here recently is that if you come over here to Twitter, yesterday, Elon just, and you can see here the Doge dog here as I start Twitter, and the Doge dog is in the corner of Twitter. So if you were part of the Telegram's free to join. You can just go in there and join. The link is in the description here. Elon just posted this yesterday, like real quick. Like he changed the Bluebird to a Doge real quick. And Dogecoin went up like 20-something%. And if we go look at it right now, let's go pop out Doge. It went up like 20%. So it shot up to like 10 and now it's down to 9.5. And then today he just decided to do it and keep it that way. So if you can see here, it went up like, I guess, almost, 25%, only to come back down here and just chill at 9.5. So it's still up virtually 20%. Okay. Could this be hints that Elon plans to have Dogecoin be used as payment for Twitter? Well, here's something I want to show you about that. Just a search here, and you'll see this has been hinted at numerous times. Okay. So here, will Musk finally unleash Dogecoin to boost Twitter? Dogecoin jumps after Elon shares a glimpse. This is November 28th, 2022. then what happened 9 hours ago, and then somebody is saying that February 6, 2023, someone saying he teased it November 2nd, 2022. So maybe it's actually happened. And again, another tease. Now, something you guys might not know, you can already send Bitcoin on Twitter right now. You can go like see it. It's like an option that you can use on your iPhone to send Bitcoin on Twitter right now to your favorite influencer, right? You could send me Bitcoin right now if you wanted to. You just have to go in there and enable it. I think I enabled it. But the point of that is Doge is just like a fork of Bitcoin. So it might not be that hard to make Dogecoin a payment option because you can already send people Bitcoin already right now. So maybe this is his big hint that that's what's coming down the pipe. I don't know. What do you think? I would love to know what you guys think in the comments. Please let me know. I see what we got in the house here. What's up, Crypto in Focus? Check what I sent in the group. There's a roadmap. Okay, perfect. And see, this is why the Telegram is so helpful. There's so many people in here right now sharing such valuable information. I love it. Definitely come join the Telegram if you guys have not already. Here we go. In there, we got Dogecoin Trail Map Prologue, Dogecoin.com Makeover, and Dogepedia, Live Dogecoin, Dogecoin Standard, GigaWallet, Dogecoin Keyring, Radio Doge, Starlink, and radio nodes for remote locations. What? That's crazy. Community staking, point of sale, L2 app, point of sale partnership. So right here, those are very intriguing. All right, I might have to go buy a little spot of Dogecoin while it's under 10 cents, right? That's interesting. Thank you for posting that, Crypto in Focus. That's great information. Great information for us to have there. So that's wonderful, wonderful information to have right there. Now we're going to move into our second part. And if anybody has questions, feel free to put them in the chat here, as always. Okay, one thing I want to hit you guys with here is what we were talking about. I know a lot of people said, why is America selling Bitcoin? Why is America selling Bitcoin? So I'm going to give you guys my thesis on why America sold Bitcoin. So lately, we've been hearing a lot of quote unquote good things with Bitcoin, right? So there's one thing. If we look, Nigerians are rebelling against the CBDC in their country. If you're not aware, basically the central bank of Nigeria made it illegal for their citizens to use paper money, and they're basically rejecting it. And instead of using paper money, a lot of them are using Bitcoin. So they're not allowed to use paper money with fear of going to jail. And what they're supposed to be using is their Naira, or however you say it is, Naira. But they're rejecting it and they're using Bitcoin instead. And there's a big article here on CoinDesk about that. But yeah, they're rejecting it and they're turning to Bitcoin instead here. So it's crazy to think about, but that's going on right now. So that's kind of a positive press for Bitcoin, if you ask me, because many people think, Bitcoin is going to, they think, well, crypto in general is going to replace our currency. When really CBDCs are a totally separate thing, has nothing to do with what most people think of regular crypto, like Bitcoin or sovereign proof of work crypto like Bitcoin. CBDCs have nothing to do with that, but a lot of people are not informed properly. So I think this is very positive press about Bitcoin. And it seems like CoinDesk is not even handling the fact that they're using Bitcoin because they don't want to get on the wrong side of the people of that are using the CBDCs a la the central banks, right? So it doesn't even seem like they're even mentioning Bitcoin in this article. Let me see here. Yep, doesn't even look like they're mentioning. They don't even mention the Bitcoin is being used in this article. Very, very hilarious that they're not. So that's big good pub for Bitcoin. Another thing, you have people like Kathy Wood, Michael Saylor being constant proponents of Bitcoin. Kathy Wood saying that it'll go to $1 million, stuff like that. So how do you take away from Bitcoin in that case? You go sell it. But one other thing I want to show you there, and this is only part of my thesis. There's much more coming there. So positive sentiment with the Nigeria thing. You got the Kathy Woods and the stuff, and the Michael Saylors of the world. So there's that. Second thing is, like it or not, the U.S. is highly tied into Ukraine. And now that they just sold their Bitcoin, they were ahead of the Ukraine, by the way, with the amount of Bitcoin they had. Now the Ukraine is ahead of them. They're still way ahead of El Salvador. And so El Salvador is supposedly like the mecca of Bitcoin, right? US is way ahead of El Salvador because if you guys check out some of my previous videos, you would see that the US was ahead of the Ukraine before, and you can see right here it says update. So US still holds quite a nice amount of Bitcoin, but they just sold off a little chunk. Like it or not, a lot of our interests are in the Ukraine, and the Ukraine is still holding on to a ton of Bitcoin. So one could say that part of that Bitcoin may be the US's, but since we can't prove that, you could say it, but it's not concrete. But like it or not, you could say some of our interests are in the Ukraine. Okay, so there's that the Ukraine still has a lot of Bitcoin, and even though we sold a giant chunk, we still have a lot of Bitcoin. Now, next is something that never really gets talked about. Only person that really talks about it in my mind is the Crypto Visor. Shout out to the Crypto Visor. What's up, Ryu Shirukin? We'll get to that. We'll get to questions at the end here. One thing that people never really talk about is the fact that Ethereum is pretty much owned by, or the money man behind Ethereum is JP Morgan. JP Morgan Chase is the biggest bank in America, okay? They are the absolute biggest bank in America, okay? BlackRock has a lot of backing with JP Morgan, and you see a lot of deals with JP Morgan and BlackRock. And we already been over BlackRock. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink is on the board of advisors for the World Economic Forum. And BlackRock, they have a lot of ties with the U.S. Treasury. No matter if the president is a Democrat or Republican, BlackRock has ties to U.S. Treasury. But let's just stick on JP Morgan and Ethereum for just a second here. Remember I told you guys about R3 Cordia, right? R3 Cordia has a lot of connections into, and let me just bring up R3 right quick. R3 has a lot of connections to Ripple. They have a lot of connections to Quant. R3 Cordia also has, and here we go, Central Bank of the UAE selects R3 to assist with its CBDC implementation strategy. So you can see here, they have like kind of BRICS connections, right? So Central Bank of UAE selected them, right? And some of the biggest banking clearinghouses are connected to this blockchain, this private blockchain. DCCC, Wells Fargo, Nexi, which is SIA, Goldman Sachs, Credit Suisse, right, who got bought up by the other Swiss bank, NASDAQ. So some of the biggest clearinghouses in the world are connected to this private blockchain. So basically, this private blockchain is ready for a money switchover. It's ready for it, right? But one thing to note, JP Morgan is not part of this group. Why aren't they a part of this group? And let me just pull up the press archive for that. JP Morgan quits R3's blockchain consortium. R3 isn't pleased. Of course, they're not pleased. And when did this happen? This is like 2017, by the way. This article is from 2017. So they quit R3 Cordia. Okay. Now let's scroll down. They're going to give you a little reason why they might have quit R3 Cordia. JP Morgan's blockchain and research development endeavor shows a market choice in the development of Quorum, its private blockchain based on Ethereum. So they went the Ethereum route, and they chose to be the money men behind Ethereum. So we got it now. We got R3 Cordia on one side, and we got JP Morgan and Ethereum on the other side. And we already know we made the BlackRock connection. BlackRock, basically, they're the presidents of America, not anything we see with this Republican Democrat farce. BlackRock controls America. So, and JP Morgan is in lockstep with BlackRock. Okay. So JP Morgan and Ethereum may be America's, it could be America's next reserve currency. That I'm going to kind of put that out there. So now let's follow another article here, shall we? This is a more recent article, 2021. Okay. Now watch what they say. Two private blockchain platforms that dominate finance-related industries at the moment are Cordia from R3 and Quorum from Consensus. So just like I just told you, R3 Cordia on one side, Quorum and Consensus on the other. But I just told you, right, that Quorum was something that JP Morgan made when we saw that from the 2017 article, right? Let's get a little bit even deeper into that. Where is that article? Okay, I believe this is it here. So what we're going to be able to see here JP Morgan made a strategic investment in Consensus around the time of the deal. So basically, and it's been put in other terms elsewhere as JP Morgan Chase just gifted Quorum to Consensus. So we see right here, Quorum and Consensus, they're the people behind Ethereum. These are the guys that do the coding and the building of Ethereum. So JP Morgan Chase is the money man behind Ethereum. So them being the biggest bank in the US, in America, they want Ethereum to be America's thing, not Bitcoin, Ethereum. Of course, again, they still hold tons of Bitcoin. So that's not a problem. And you can see here that huge organizations have come out and mined Bitcoin to take it out of our hands. And of course, Ethereum, you can no longer mine it. So that's taken out of our hands too. And when I say our hands, I mean the people. They bring up this farce about mining being this hugely energy intensive thing when TradFi banking is way more energy than Bitcoin and Ethereum mining. But anyway, basically we kind of laid out America has Ethereum. Okay. America has Ethereum and JP Morgan. Okay. That's what we have. It's important to have a Bitcoin hedge. It's important to have it when we do have it. Like we're right behind the Ukraine. And note on here, it doesn't list how much Bitcoin China has. It used to list China on here and they took them off. But China has a lot of Bitcoin. So really, I don't think this says anything bad about Bitcoin. I think it just says America's set with Ethereum. Okay. Now, let me know what you think about that theory. Because I think we just made a very good theory about how Ethereum is probably the US's next reserve currency, if you will. So let me know what you guys think about that. Let me go over here to the comments. Is the bull market about to begin? I think we're going to be bullish this month. The new moon is coming up tomorrow. Exactly. Crypto in focus. ETH can be controlled, Bitcoin can't. And they made up that whole farce about the energy consumption thing. And they turned Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake because too many of us people were out there mining Ethereum. Now we can't. Capture ETH, you capture Web3. 100%. So we'll talk about this a little bit tomorrow on the Gentleman of Crypto when we talk about payment cryptos. Perhaps we're going to be unbanked, but unbanked is probably going to look like Ethereum and not Bitcoin. I think people will still accept Bitcoin, but what they're really going to push the most to be unbanked is Ethereum. Okay. That's what it seems like they're going to push the most. Ethereum, because it's JP Morgan Chase backed and they have control over it. Okay. So that's the real reason why America sold Bitcoin. I don't think it has anything to do with I don't think this is a knock on Bitcoin. I think they're trying to leverage it as a knock on Bitcoin, but if you look behind the scenes at everything that's going on, we're still getting that money revolution. We're still getting that great money reset. But it seems to me to be angled towards Ethereum and possibly with R3 Cordia. XDC is its settlement coin. R3 Cordia over there, it'll probably be like XDC and Ripple, right? Okay, so probably XDC and Ripple, whereas Corium is going to probably be ETH and Stellar. Because note, Stellar Stellar is heavy on the Ukraine. Stellar is where they're doing their Ukrainian CBDC. Stellar is where they're sending Ukrainian relief funds through Stellar. Stellar is probably going to be, one used heavy in the Ukraine and thus in the US. So, US, you got Ethereum and Stellar. And here in the UAE and the BRICS nations, we're probably going to have XDC and Ripple, right? So I don't think it's Ethereum. I think it might be an AI coin instead. You got to see all the different things put into Ethereum. JP Morgan Chase wouldn't be putting so much money into Ethereum if it wasn't the next thing. You got to see the writing on the wall with that. And I can pull up more. I could put up more articles where JPM is given consensus money. Well, they say that it acquired it, but it's been put that they gifted it to consensus. Consensus, a key part. Here it is right here, right? Consensus raises 65 million from JP Morgan MasterCard. So it cannot be more clear that consensus being the ones that build Ethereum, that JP Morgan is the money man behind them. And Ethereum is being set up as the next thing here in America. Consensus, a key player in crypto and a major proponent of Ethereum. They're the builders of Ethereum. So, yeah, it's you can't even you can't make this stuff up. Fimbushi has what's his face behind it? Viteri Buterin. And Almeida, of course, we know was Sam Bankman-Fried. So it's like all the American players are right there. So, and don't forget WEF with the USDC. So all the players are there. All the players are there. And I do think we reach a bankless point with Ethereum as well, because DeFi is something they seem to be pushing a lot as well. If we come over here and we see that, I've already shown you guys where Monty Metzger of LCX is saying like, hey, DeFi is going to be one of our focus. We're going to look at the CFIs and the DeFis. He said that. But you can see here, of course, Ethereum, 30 billion locked in its DeFi. And every bull run, last bull run, had 100 billion locked in its DeFi. So I think we do go kind of bankless in this route with Ethereum. Of course, things like JP Morgan will still be around. Things like Bank of America will still be around. But a lot of these small banks are going to fall off and die. So I think we're sitting really, really pretty in the crypto world, especially if you're one that's making sure you're looking at a lot of these ISO 2002 coins like XRP, like XDC, which is, and I've been over that before. XDC is R3 Cordia's settlement coin. So let me pull that up. At such a bargain at 4 cents, by the way. It was sitting at 3 and under for a while. Still a great bargain at 4. R3 Cordia now has a bridge to public blockchain with Ethereum compatible XDC will be used as a settlement coin inside of Cordia. So it's Ethereum compatible. I know they're mad that they left R3 Cordia, but they're still using an Ethereum compatible token. So that's where it's headed. So when people are talking about these astronomical figures for like XDC and XRP and XLM, they're really not kidding. Like, this is like the banking reset right in front of our faces right here with these coins, with those specifically: XRP, XDC, XLM, Ethereum, Bitcoin, right? Those things heavy, we could see the writing on the wall with those. Doge, does it get integrated into Twitter? Possibly. Does Elon make it into something? Like, I mean, I guess we just saw here what Crypto in Focus just posted on the Telegram. Great information there with what Doge is doing. Sorry here. Always clicking, it clicks back to the last thing. So, point of sale with Doge, community staking, Radio Doge, Starlink, and radio nodes for remote location. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. But that's what I wanted to hit you guys with today. Let me answer these questions right quick. Let's see. Will utility memes be the meta in the next bull run? I think a couple. I've given some to my to the patrons. Shout out to the patrons. Only one that I've talked about on here before is I do think Shiba Inu will have its day. I've talked about a couple on here, but let's mention Shiba Inu. And we just talked Doge. And it seems like from what you showed me that Doge has legs. I think we're going to be bullish coming up soon. The new moon is coming up here on the new full moon. The full moon, excuse me, not the new moon. I shouldn't say that because new moon means dark moon. But the full moon is coming up tomorrow. So I fully expect Bitcoin to move either tomorrow. And this is not financial advice. This is just what I'm thinking. Is going to move either tonight, tomorrow, or the 6th. Because the new moon energy can happen. Usually what I've seen, it'll happen either the day before, the day of, or the day after. So those will be something to watch coming up here soon. And then we do have a solar eclipse on the 20th. So that's right after the new moon date, which which is pretty funny, right? It almost makes you feel like, how can that be the moon that's covering the sun if it's going to be a new moon, right? But anyway, I'm not even going to get into that. That's like a conversation for Rokfin, right? Eclipses. So April 20th is going to be the solar eclipse total, which that really doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. April 20th, solar eclipse, y'all. So I think this month is going to be a bullish month. But right after that, May 5th, so like a couple weeks later, we got a lunar eclipse. So it's going to be bullish until the month of May, where it's going to be bearish, which is exactly what they do to us all the time, right? Like, really got to pay attention because they'll play with your emotions like that. So we might have a bullish month followed by a bearish month. Okay, so just be on the lookout for that. Doge Chain, actually, Doge Chain seems to be doing some stuff where, if we come over here and look at DeFi Llama and do chains, did it do it? No. Sorry, I think I hit the wrong button here. It's taking forever. Okay, there we go. Chains. Come on now. Doge Chain has a lot of growth here. It might be 74th, but it's had a lot of growth in its DeFi. That's something really to watch out for, man. It already has 37 different protocols on it. Look at all that different growth. So it's climbing here. It was as high as 23 million in September of last year, but it seems to be climbing here. So on QuickSwap, so on Floki Locker, which is on Floki, that's another one I love. Yeah, it seems to be climbing, dude. Those chain might not be a bad one to look at. Let's see. If that's all our questions for tonight, catch me tomorrow. We'll be talking about some payment cryptos. Thank you guys so much for coming out. You can catch me in the Telegram. I'll be, around in there. And you guys have such a great night. Thank you guys who caught the recording and you made it to the end. You guys are like bosses. I appreciate you. Have a good one, guys. Peace.